In the side-by-side world, we have so many different accessories to add onto these things, whether it's fender flares, rock sliders, roofs, windshields, wheels and tires, you name it. But there happens to be one thing in particular that we really lack. Let me introduce you to the Wolfbox G900 Tripro dash camera. Now, yes, I said dash camera, but this is so much more than a dash camera. See, the word tri means three, and we have three cameras on this setup that all run back to a mirror, and it is fantastic. Now, if you're wondering, how does the mirror actually attach? Well, in this case, I have my previous mirror still here, and I just went over it with these straps. Now let me give you a quick rundown of camera placements. First off, right here on the front of my 2024 Razor, yes, I have a camera mounted right here to the grill. The nice thing is, if I ever need to take this grill off, it doesn't matter because there's a quick connect plug right here that I can pull this entire grill off with the camera, access anything I need to. Now, if you take a peek right here, yes, there is a camera up on the mirror that points forward, gives me that high angle view that I need. And then of course, last but not least, we have the rear mounted camera system to cover everything in the back. Let me show you what it looks like from inside the cockpit. Now this may look like an ordinary mirror, but with the press of a button, we instantly access our camera system. Now in this case, I have all three cameras pulled up. We have our upper camera that is up here. We have our front facing lower camera, and we also have our rear facing camera. Now let's say you don't want to look at these little pictures and you want to look at specifically one item. In this case, we can swipe. Here we have our front camera, we have our front lower camera, and then we have our rear camera. Now the cool thing about this is too, you see the picture and where it's at. We can actually take this screen and adjust this thing and go up and down inside the program while we're here sitting without having to physically adjust the camera to get whatever angle we want. And if we just want to switch back to all three, instantly go back, there we go, and we have it. Now you'll also notice we have some data overlaid on the screen. Here you'll see the mile per hour. There's also going to be, once you get outside, we're in a building right now, you will have data for as if you're facing north, south, east, west. You can get all that data put on the screen. You also have your date and your time. All of that is displayed on the screen. Now you can customize that how you want to really tailor your needs. You can go in here to your settings and you can see there are so many different options in here. There's volume settings if you want to adjust the volume of this thing because it does make a beeping noise. There is a G sensor that once it senses a certain shock, it will actually record that section and make sure it saves it as an emergency type situation. So you can easily do it. You can do loop recordings. You can tell it to record for 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, however long you want the loop to be. There is everything from flipping, if you need to flip a camera or if you need to mirror it because of how you mount it. There's GPS data, timestamp data, speed stamp, all sorts of things like that. Now, for those of you wondering, this is not a wireless system. It is wired, but it's a very simple process to wire these things in. Literally everything in the back. Now, I did run it like I wanted to through the actual console center here, so I had to pull the interior out, and which is really easy. We'll have a whole video on all that. But I was able to run the wire to here, and it does very, very well. The same thing on the front. Upper camera, of course, is built into the system, so you don't have to have a wire for it. But the front does have a wire running to it. But in this Razor, there are so many ways to actually run the wire, and most of you probably won't even ever see where I have the wires ran. Can really hide them very well. Now this thing, it does phenomenal on the trails because if you get into tight situations, you're easily able to adjust the camera and pick the camera that you need to be able to see. Let's be honest, these things are kind of big and bulky. I mean, you have rear view mirrors on the side and stuff, but there is a huge blind spot here in the back. And well, what good is it if you can't see, backing into trees or hitting your buddy not paying attention? It is so easy to do, and this allows you to be able to see that. The same thing with the front. The nice thing about the front is when you get into rough situations, you have both an upper high camera and a low camera. So I'm able to see stuff right at the front of the wheels and see what's coming up right there. And if I need to see up and over, whether it be a little hill or something, I can use the upper camera and actually see up and over. And you may say, well, what about when the windshield gets dirty? I'm going to be honest. When I ran this thing all at Durhamtown, I got mud everywhere, and I could perfectly see still through the camera. Yes, there was mud on the windshield, but the reality is it does a very good job the way the camera is. I mean, you can see so much out of it. Now, the other good thing too is if you like to ride at night, this thing does very well during the nighttime. Let me show you that. Now, here we are, we're out front, and honestly, it's a pretty dark night tonight. We have a lot of overcast. Yes, the building's shining in the background. I don't even know if you can see me because I don't know how well this camera picks up at night, but I do have the headlights on. We're gonna get in here. I don't have the rear lights on right now. I wanna just show you that, and then we're gonna go for a ride. So here we are. Now let's hit the button. Boom, there's my rear camera. Now, of course, the lights are on, so we're gonna move away from that. Here is my tri-camera setup. Now, you can see that front picks up very well. This is the front in the upper part here. Now, I do have a windshield, so you're seeing some glare from that windshield, but you can adjust it down and get to the headlights. You'll see it does very well. Now, the front, phenomenal. But enough talking about it. Let's go for a quick ride, and I'm going to show you all of it. All right, we're going to hop over to the 3 cameras to start with. We'll adjust that as we ride. Let's get this baby cranked up. Now, you can see, even with just my tail lights and my backup or my tag lights, how well it picks up in the back. So this is going to be a real world scenario if we're out at nighttime and needing to see what's around us. Now, I can be honest, I can see so much better with the camera than I can with my own eyeballs, which is kind of crazy. It actually picks up so much better. Now let's switch over. Here we have our front-facing camera. You know what? Should probably turn my headlights on. That'll make a huge difference. Look at how good this camera picks up. There's my forward-facing. Here's my rear. When I get on the brakes, look at how much it lights up. I mean, this camera system is really awesome. And if you look, we have our data showing up. We're running 25 mile an hour, heading north currently. It's 9:45 at night on August 22nd, 2025. Now, some of you may have noticed during the ride that we actually had a little lock actually pop up on the screen. Now, what that is indicating is that the G sensor went off. Now, I had this thing set to the medium setting, which is actually a little too high, honestly, for something of this nature. Now, a normal vehicle, that would probably be okay, but as an off-road vehicle that has a lot of roll and it's kind of twitchy, that is not the best setting. Now, let me show you how to get in there to it. Now, you go in here to your settings, and what you're going to do is actually click on your G sensor. And from there, you'll see there's actually 4 settings. You have off, low, medium, and high. In this case, I had it set to medium. If you turn it off, then that means the G sensor won't go off. Now, what that G sensor does is it basically locks that footage in for a certain recorded amount of time of that event. So it's like if you were to get into a wreck or something, it records that last section and it locks it in so it doesn't never get overwritten. Now, if you don't have it on there, and what'll happen is it can overwrite files. Now, if you have the G sensor on and you want to save those hard events like that, it'll automatically save those to a separate folder where it will not overwrite. Now, I gotta say, I actually reached out to Wolfbox. I had seen their advertisements. I thought, man, this could be awesome on any side-by-side. And the reality is, it freaking is. It is a phenomenal camera system that does very, very well. It's easy to install. It doesn't break the bank. Plus, it helps you in situations where you just aren't really sure. You can see what's there in front of you or what's behind you. And it's pretty cheap, honestly, for what you get. Now, you need to pick up this Wolfbox G900 Tripro camera system for you and your rides because it is fantastic. I'll put a link down in the description for you to pick one up. It's a total game changer, and it's a very simple install for the most part. It is very easy to run. Super happy with it. Link in the description. But for this video, we're going to end it off. I'll see you on the next one.